Are we all set?
Dun,
Let me know when we're all set, and then I'll start playing the video, because we are now at the point where this video is relevant.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Mehvies, and today, rather than starting us off the way we usually do, we're starting us off slightly differently. Kevin?
Yes.
Feel free to take us away.
I shall. This theme is almost 20 years old. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. 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 To Isengard.
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
They're taking the hobbits to Heisenberg. Heisenberg.
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
What did you say?
The hobbits to Isengard. To Isengard. The hobbits to Isengard. To Isengard. Hobbits to Isengard. Okay. God.
I don't think we need a full 2 minutes of this, but you get the point.
It needs. We need to go through the full 2 minutes. Tell me, where is Gandalf? Or I much desire to speak with him. Tell me, where is Gandalf? Or I much desire to speak with him. A Balrog of Morgoth. What did you say? A Balrog of Morgoth.
Vintage internet right here.
Hobbits to Isengard. Fat hobbits. Taking the hobbits to Isengard. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
Now and never come back.
They don't make them like they used to. Anyways,
fun
time.
fact: the video wasn't actually made by the guy who uploaded the version I was using. Unfortunately, we don't know where the original upload was.
No, but
it just seemed to have magically disappeared.
Yes. So we're tonight we're watching The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. Now, before we get into the actual movie, I'm going to show you guys this.
What are you showing us?
Watch the screen here. This is an archive of twotowersprotest.org.
What the hell?
This was an actual website that somebody put together. Whether it was a joke or not, this is an actual website that was put together after the events of 9/11, where somebody wanted to protest the second Lord of the Rings movie being called The Two Towers. And so here we see, this website is the home of the organization protesting against the second installment of J.R.R. Tolkien Lord of the Rings movie being named The Two Towers. Excuse me. And here's
some of our feedback.
Yeah,
I agree with you on this.
Yeah, I can just go back. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, back. Thank you, archive.org. The original website is currently offline, but I've got this all via
I wonder why.
archive.org. Yeah, the Two Towers Protest Organization is made up of a group of like-minded individuals who were greatly affected by the events that transpired on September 11, 2001. The owner of this website considers himself to be the facilitator for these sentiments, which have already been expressed by people such as Kevin Clerk, who set up the Two Towers petition on petitiononline.com. Now, before I go back to the homepage and show you, I'm going to show you this. And petitiononline.com had to add like an original community note to the page here, because they said, those of us who have seen Fellowship of the Ring know what an amazing... And Bender's gone. Hello?
Hello? Okay then.
I'm assuming technical difficulties. Bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. Ah, there we go. Okay, welcome back.
But continue.
Yeah, I was just saying, here's an archive of the original, Two Towers petition here from petitiononline.com, where they had to add a community note in, prototype form here, because they had to say, and it was like, hey, The Two Towers is the title of the Tolkien book from 54, before the World Trade Centers even existed. It was published 47 years prior to the 9/11 attacks. No evidence to suggest that Peter Jackson meant anything by continuing the same title. And furthermore, the two distant opposing towers in the Tolkien classic have very little, if anything, in common with the two matching towers of the World Trade Centers. Now,
unlike the Tokyo Metropolitan Building in Digimon Tamers, which we will get to when we get to Tamers.
Yeah. The person who made this petition, somebody named Kleck or Clerk, I can't remember his name, said the idea is both offensive and morally repugnant. Now, whether or not all of this is some elaborate prank, it's Clerk. This is something somebody put a baffling amount of effort into for 2002. And this is the kind of shit that people will do today, and they'll, cause fairly large problems as a result. Yeah, home of the organization protesting against the world. Here's some of our, the protesting against the world. I guess that is true. I don't think you can put a price on sensitivity, but I trust that you are willing to either shoulder the cost yourselves or at the very least help raise the money. If you have any fundraising events planned yet, I'd like to know about them so I can be one of the first to sign up for them. Good luck in all of these pursuits. It's about time someone cared enough to do all these things. What things? Was this a scam? Was this all some elaborate scam? So, what's this button do? Grievances. We believe that the events that took place on September 11th, 2001 give America a greater chance for greater sensitivity, rather. This is something that many people believe has been missing for a long time in the United States. The Spider-Man movie, all one word, lowercase man, no hyphen, which was released in 2002, had the images of the Two Towers removed from the movie. Not quite. There was a scene that was removed, but the sentiment was greatly appreciated with the Two Towers protest organization. We would like to see the sentiment put towards the renaming of Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers to something which would be more appropriate considering the events which transpired on September 11, 2001. The name of this movie will undoubtedly cause a return to the emotions felt on September 11th, which left so many people in the nation feeling stunned and in a state of shock. We can help. Our thoughts are with the families of September 11th, lost in the fires.
So this is the first time I've heard about this, but I do know that there were protesters of what happened in 9/11 that made their way into affecting Hollywood movies. You mentioned the first one, which was Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. And yes, you're correct. They did not fully remove the Two Towers shot reflection in Spider-Man's eyes. They just did a quick edit to not linger on it, but it's still in there. And they also took down a teaser poster, which was to include the Two Towers, but you can look it up online. And then the other one was when the
famous
Powerpuff
World Trade
Girls
Centers
movie,
teaser.
Yes, and then the second
Lilo
movie,
and Stitch that initially had a hijacked plane.
Yeah, but also there was so let me just say this. So, and I've gone on record mentioning this multiple times, but this also affected the Powerpuff Girls' first theatrical movie when everyone who saw that movie, seeing the girls play tag in the city of Townsville, they said that was essentially Craig McCracken and the team making fun of what happened to the World Trade Towers on 9/11. So essentially, the girls playing an innocent game of tag was a slap in the face to what happened to everyone on 9/11. This is not a joke. That's actual criticism that even professional movie critics also used against the movie.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've never
gotten the film on widescreen or on Blu-ray or anything like that.
Yes. Well, that and because Warner Brothers are lazy assholes.
Stupid.
Yes, very much so.
You know, I remembered also Metal Gear Solid 2 had part of the ending cut down when the big Metal Gear base thing crashes into New York City. There was more destruction. It lasted longer, and but they essentially just cut, and then it's like in the middle of town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm still pissed off about that. I wish that we got the original ending of that game, because that game's awesome, and I think that the original ending would have been even better.
America was so sensitive, understandably so, about what happened to the World Trade Center that we were essentially neutering and censoring anything that even remotely references it, even though that's not the intention.
Let me check out the Clear Channel memorandum here. Following the September 11th attacks in 2001, Clear Channel Communications, which is now iHeartMedia, they banned Duck and Run by Three Doors Down. I fucking love that song, by the way. Hey, so fuck you. Dirty Deeds, TNT, Safe in New York City, Highway to Hell, Hell's Bells, Shoot to Thrill, Shut Down in Flames, Downhole Rooster, See a Sorrow in Them Bones, Smooth Criminal by Alien Ant Farm for some reason, Walk Like an Egyptian by the Bangles, Falling for the First Time, Rescue Me by Fontella Bass, Sabotage by the Beastie Boys, A Day in the Life, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, Obladi Oblada, Ticket to Ride, Hit Me With Your Best Shot, Love is a Battlefield, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, War Pigs, Smokin', Burning for You. Let me see if I notice anything else. In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins. Wonderful World by Sam Cooke. You'd think that would be something people would want to listen to after the events of a horrible tragedy. Holy Diver by Dio. Knocking on Heaven's Door by Bob Dylan. Presumably also the Guns N' Roses. Yeah, the Guns N' Roses version is on here too. Some Heads Are Gonna Roll by Judas Priest. Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit. That actually did us a favor there.
Yep.
Enter Sandman by Metallica. That's just going to make me mad. So anyways, we're just going to take a quick look at this, and then we're going to get into the movie. Don't you feel that it has been over a year? That since it's been over a year, we've had enough time to mourn the events of September 11th? No. This film that was made in New Zealand about a book written by a British man 57 years ago, or however long, needs to account for modern-day sensibilities about a recent event. One of the benefits to be gained by renaming the two towers to be something more appropriate. There are various benefits, the foremost of them being showing increased sensitivity towards the events of September 11th. Well, you know, I'm going to stop here, but I'm going to say that I was deeply inspired by this stupidity. And, you know, I thought that the... I need to clean up my toolbar here, but I thought that, you know, there was not nearly enough inspiration from the World Trade Center attacks, from the World Trade Centers in Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, so I've made some edits to our poster here. You might have been able to catch them before, but you're going to be able to catch them now. I didn't see them.
I didn't see them.
Hold on. Let's see.
Show me the
Oh, I see it.
Damn it, you son of a bitch.
Look how
damn it.
Look how culturally appropriate we are.
Why?
I even changed the title of the movie.
Yeah.
Alright. So let's go ahead and get started now in 3, 2, 1.
I still can't believe you just did that, Alex.
I just do things all the time.
No, you don't. You have a motive for what you do. That's why there's always Don Cheadle everywhere.
Oh yeah, I explained my motive. I was inspired.
No, you weren't.
I wanted to make these people's dreams, nightmares, or whatever come true.
Out of spite over... oh, by the way, your thing is not pixelated.
Oh, god damn it.
Well, we're gonna get taken down.
No, we're good. We're good. I caught it
in
time.
Are you sure?
If I have to, I will blur it out, but we will be fine.
Warner Brothers have problems of their own right now. Did you
Yeah,
hear?
Warner-
They all unanimously voted against David Zaslav getting a big payday this quarter.
Yay!
That's actually a good thing.
Was that the board of directors vote or was that the shareholder vote?
I believe it was the shareholders.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I voted in that shareholder meeting thing, and meeting, remotely, because I do own some minor stock in Warner Brothers, and
so now we're getting a revisit to this epic fight.
Mm-hmm.
To the shadow.
Go,
and I voted. Every time
Fire will not
Zaslav,
avail you. Flame
every
of
time
voodoo.
something that would benefit Zaslav comes up, I always vote against it.
Hold on, we gotta do it.
Ooh, shall not pass.
I'm sorry, we had to do it. Okay, now Gandalf.
I
start walking
fucking
away. Don't-
Gandalf, it is
just
time to
stand there.
moonwalk your ass away from there. Ow, no!
And we're about to get a scene that was parodied in Family Guy during season 4.
Yep. Ooh, notice the color change.
Fly, you fools.
Did you know there was debate back in the day on whether or not he said fly or run, you fools?
What?
I'm not joking.
But-
This was something that was actually talked about on Lord of the Rings message board.
Oh yeah, here we
Well,
go.
Lest it...
Yeah,
This is epic.
Lest it be said that people are dumber now than they've ever been. It just goes to show that people have always been fucking stupid.
Debate of does the
I
Balrog
love
have
playing
wings?
this in the Lego game. In the Lego game, you can actually play this.
One of my coworkers pointed out that particular debate.
I like how skeletal and ashen
In
the
case you're wondering-
Balrog's wings are.
In case you're wondering how this scene was parodied in Family Guy, Herbert was taken
was
on a
with Herbert.
tree.
Okay.
Yep.
It was awesome.
Yep, there you go. I also love that they chose to change the color tint to red, as if Gandalf is literally diving into hell with the Balrog.
It's so
Yep.
fucking cool!
Oh my god, I had a dream. It was weird.
Because it's
There were
not
things
just
that we didn't
Gandalf.
see in the last movie.
It's not just Gandalf falling after the Balrog hug is gone. He was like, no, I'm gonna fucking take this bitch down with me. I'm gonna ride
yes.
this fucker down to the
The
bottom.
2 towers.
I actually
Yeah,
did something like that. And we were fighting a Dracolich in D&D, and I jumped onto its head. And I did like a downward stab from Zelda, and I just stabbed my sword into the top. I stabbed my
Mr.
sword
Frodo,
into the top
I
of
don't
its
think
head.
I can make it.
And I just rode that son of a bitch all the way to the bottom of...
Oh. Oh.
Oh, that's a relief.
Thank God for this rope.
Absolutely nothing.
Bit of seasoning. Damn,
Are you-
seasoning?
Come
How
here and give
stupid
me
do
a
you
big...
think I am?
Come here and give me a kiss, you son of a bitch. I never knew my mother. Well, I'm sure she was a bitch. Oh.
And there's Howard Shore's Shire theme creeping in.
You never know.
You can go back and get it.
You were saying?
Just the way they present the humor in these films. It's just
It's like British humor.
Yeah, it's like they don't feel the need to draw a whole lot of attention to it. It's just like, oh, there's the joke.
And hey, Marvel, this is how you write humor.
Yeah,
I could easily say the same thing about current day DC.
Oh yeah, well I was going to say, like,
because at this point, what's the difference between the two of them? They're basically the same thing at this point.
One doesn't interrupt a flashback to make a joke asking, "Would you like chicken or beef on an airplane?"
Don't jinx it, Bender. Do not jinx it, because they might just do that. Especially considering James Gunn is heading in DC right now.
I already didn't like the "you suck, no you suck" thing from the latest teaser.
Yeah.
But that's a
How does a ring get heavier?
That's a topic for a different day.
Yes. How does a ring get heavier?
It just does. Don't think about it.
Well, you see...
Is that an... Is that... Go ahead, Alex. I'm a thread. We get it. Sam, you're sick and tired of bread.
It's like the Elvish equivalent of hardtack.
Yeah, so I was going to say, is the ring getting heavier an allegory for marriage?
No.
It's, I suppose it grows heavier as Sauron grows more powerful.
Sauron be all like...
flashing back to my days Flashing back to my days playing paintball in the woods in the middle of a fucking tropical storm.
Precious will be mine.
Oh look, it's the creature that's gonna get his own video, that got his own video game and is getting his own live-action animated movie in 2 years.
That's stupid.
Yeah, when the whole cast is going to be about 200 years old.
Yeah. Did nobody bring a compass?
Would you look at that? It's another reference to me playing paintball out in the woods.
Yep.
Just endlessly running in circles, chasing after one fucking guy. Sometimes that guy was me.
They both pick up that they're not alone, so they basically know Gollum is near.
Oh, man. Look at that.
He looks... After 20 years, he still looks amazing in this.
I know.
Yep.
There's stuff that came out this year that doesn't look that good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell no. And the craziest thing, all three films were filmed back to back.
Mm-hmm. With,
well, at least we don't have to get a good look at it. Oh,
99.
This is how... I think this is how Gollum would try to sneak up on...
Pickups in 2001.
And I think this is how unsuspecting women would get attacked by Gollum at sleepovers. He just crawls on top of them.
I was going to say, hey, that we need to get Harvey Weinstein away from the ring, but that works too.
Oh.
Yeah.
How expressive his eyes are.
All right,
the
guys.
The interaction between people and a CGI character has come so far. Or like it.
Oh yeah.
Like this compared to the Phantom Menace is incredible. And not to diss the Phantom Menace. Oh, get those hooks in. Get those hooks in. Get that rear naked choke.
Oh. Haven't you, Gollum?
Get your meth teeth away from Sam's neck.
Cut his throat and you'll save yourself a lot of trouble.
Yeah, you really will. That you won't lose a finger if you don't cut his throat. If you do cut his throat.
And you won't ditch Sam? Da, da,
That too.
da, 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 da.
Have you ever seen the behind the scenes of this? But yeah, without, not to diss the Phantom Menace too much, but, because this film would not exist without the Jar Jar mocap that they created for the Phantom Menace. And
Well,
then,
see, that's just it. Jar Jar was only Jar Jar's face was and hands were CG. The rest of him was an actual costume.
Yeah.
That the
Ahmed
actor
Best was
wear.
wearing, yeah. By the way, without this film, there's no Captain America: The First Avenger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they had to employ a lot of techniques that Captain America: The First Avenger would also use for tiny Steve Rogers.
And without this, there's probably also no Avatar.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see, like, this is where the seeds were planted, and even back then, it looked so good.
It's all things, and what's crazier? Somewhere in this performance, Peter Jackson was like, if I'm ever going to do my King Kong, I want Andy to do Kong.
Yeah.
Because you can see a lot of techniques that Andy is doing, and he would reuse these for Kong later on.
Oh yeah, and Caesar.
He might.
I might do that. This is the most fucked up compass to use in a quest. It's essentially like using a living Schrodinger's box. You don't know whether or not Gollum is going to kill you or let you live.
It's also, something I should mention. They did try something like this prior to The Lord of the Rings and prior to The Phantom Menace. But they did it in Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection, and both of those films did it very, very poorly.
You want to know what sucks about this year, too?
What?
And when I say this year, I'm referring not to our year, but when this came out. When this came out, 2000. The live-action Scooby-Doo movie had just come out, and Scooby-Doo himself looked so fake.
Yeah, Walker pointed that out in his review of the Scooby-Doo movie,
which we should watch.
I have mixed
his
feelings.
Review, not the actual movie.
Because on the one hand, that movie had perfect casting. Like, I don't think you could get better
Oh,
casting.
like,
for
if
that
there's
era.
one thing that movie
orc
has-
strong, but they not smart.
Mary, wake up! They're taking us to Isengard.
What did you say?
Also, I couldn't make this joke last time.
To Isengard.
But you ever go back and realize Bolomir's death was kind of pointless and because the orcs think that Merry and Pippin are Sam and Frodo, so his heroic sacrifice ultimately led to them just getting captured and not taken to die.
Well,
glug glug glug.
Perhaps if he hadn't fought as hard as he did, they wouldn't have believed what they do about them.
Yeah.
God damn it! God damn it, that's pure maple syrup. He's going to go into a diabetic coma.
No, I'm pretty sure that's dirty water.
Oh, he don't like maple syrup, eh?
I've
You're
none
now
of you
picturing
thought
all of the
that-
Urukai being played by the Canadians from South Park.
oh my god. Hey, buddy. Hey, guy. We're not your buddies, guy. We're not your guy, buddies. Also, did none of the Urukai actually think to starch them for the ring?
They're not very smart.
Like I said,
No,
orcs
clearly
strong,
they're not.
orcs strong, but they not smart.
Orcs strong together.
You don't...
I love this song.
Smart move. Over there.
Because he knows Legolas is a good tracker.
He's got the 2 best rangers in the entire world tracking him.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I can't discount Ranger Aragorn. He's a great tracker in his own
They
right.
call him Strider for a reason.
Come toss your hair into the camera. It's fun. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I've already puked twice. It's not a very... You don't want to hear a dwarf vomit. It's not a very attractive sight or sound.
I believe it's, like everything else dwarf-related, quite hairy.
Oh, piss off! What was that? Oh, piss off! Sorry, I still couldn't
I'm
hear you. I'm
sorry,
all the
you're
way
too-
over there.
I'm sorry, you're
Look
too
at that
far away for
helicopter
me to piss
tracking
on
shot.
Oh, sort off!
And I believe,
Oh!
if I'm not mistaken, this...
Yeah, sure!
are very effective over short distances.
Imagine
Now, if I'm not
Imagine
mistaken,
the
this
blister
sequence here...
Gimli's got.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, this sequence here was shot after the scale double for Gimli had dislocated his knee, and after Orlando Bloom's horse fell on him and broke 2 of his ribs.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, no, the injuries weren't as bad as the first one.
Movies aren't shot in order.
You're outside.
No, they're always shot out of
Here we go.
They're taking the hobbits to
Take the
Isengard.
Hobbit to Isengard!
Yo, now anytime I
We get-
rewatch this movie with my mom, she does not take that scene seriously because
like-
of that video.
It's like all the people quoting the Terminator have turned.
Ooga,
"I'll be
ooga,
back,"
ooga,
into-
chaka, ooga, 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 chaka.
Do you remember all the commercials for the T2 and T3 toys and the Salvation ones?
Yeah.
Where they just kept quoting the "I'll be back" line, and
Did you know that Arnie didn't even want to say the phrase "I'll be back"?
I believe I brought this up when we watched that film. Yes.
Yeah, he wanted to
was-
say "I will be back," but James Cameron was like, "Look, I don't criticize your fucking acting, and you don't criticize my fucking writing."
Well, the way he put it more specifically was that it hits better when you say it like that. Because I understand Arnold's thinking in that way. Is like a machine probably wouldn't say it like that, but it is an infiltrator.
We're
and it's
reusing footage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
Reuse footage, no jutsu.
yeah. But Data from Star Trek: The Next Generation would wind up using the no contractions thing later on.
Yeah, Saruman is about to screw himself
It's
over.
off Mother Nature. I actually meant swear it by kneeling, not bleeding on my floor.
Dear God, man, brush your teeth. And I'm saying this as an Englishman.
Sadly, the guy who played Theoden had passed away, I think, a year or two ago.
Yes.
Yeah, most of the supporting cast is gone. Not entirely all of them, but just the main line ones. I think John Rhys Davis is now the oldest one.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Ugh. We are the dead.
Oh, hi, Carl Urban.
Who will later humiliate himself in Thor Ragnarok. Who will later humiliate himself in The Boys.
I was wondering
Hey,
if you
he's
were going to
not
bring
bad.
that up or if I'd have to. He's not bad in The Boys. It's just that the show is bad around him.
That's what I mean.
The show has gotten bad. Not that it is bad.
Oh, yeah,
it's
no, I know.
gotten bad.
I know, I'm just saying the show is bad around him. Is bad meaning that it currently is, not that it always was.
Yes. In my opinion, I think they should have just ended it at season 3 and called it a day.
I think they there's definitely more mileage to be had, but I would have rather them... I will agree, I would have rather them ended it at Season 3 than to continue into Gen V in Season 4 and Gen V 2 in Season 5. Give us another season of Diabolical.
Yeah, no.
Did you know they've got another
And now we're
spin-off
also
coming?
getting... Yes, there's going to be a spin-off with Stormfront and Soldier Boy set in the 1950s, and it's going to be a noirish type show.
I can only imagine how fucking weird that's gonna be. Because it's
but let's be
coming
honest.
at the very end of the streaming boom.
It's Chucky.
Which means
Yeah,
that
but
the
let's be honest.
budget's gonna be dried up.
Yeah, but let's be honest, Alex. Jensen Ackles is going to be carrying that whole fucking show. No offense to Stormfront's actress. It's just...
Oh, yeah.
Eric Kripke has now made Jensen Ackles another fucking phenomenon in that universe, and now Amazon needs to take advantage of that.
Yeah. And they're...
I would say season 5... I'm sorry. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I wonder who the hell Jared Padalecki is gonna play in Season 5.
Well, not only him, but also Castiel's actor.
Yeah, Castiel's in there. It's just a whole fucking Supernatural reunion. And because they also had Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
That's my problem with it. Yeah, that's my problem. It's literally turned into a supernatural reunion season.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Hey. It's Johnny Age.
That's a good one.
I make that joke. Thank you. My friends and I make that joke every time we see Carl Urban's Johnny Cage. That's not Johnny Cage. That's Johnny Age.
I can picture.
Boo.
I can picture.
Fucking boo.
I can picture that. If Mortal Kombat 10 Johnny Cage, kinda. Not.
Yeah, but not young Johnny Cage.
Maybe when they made the Lord of the Rings, but
that's what I was gonna say. If they had just made another live-action reboot of Mortal Kombat in the early 2000s with Carl Urban as Johnny Cage,
sadly,
perfect.
Speaking of child's play, Edward Gale, the stunt performer for
Chucky,
the suit actor for Chucky, had passed away.
That can't count as a valid signature.
Sadly,
that can't count as a valid signature. That's not even a letter. That's not even a name.
Unfortunately, Ed Gale was also confirmed a registered sex offender.
Oh dear, I didn't know that.
I literally
so nothing. A life was not lost then.
Yeah.
Into the nose, out through the lungs.
In through. That's the key.
Breathe.
Oh God. Oh. Oh. If only there were whips behind me!
And run as though death itself was behind them. And death itself is behind them. 'Cause I'm gonna fucking kill them once I get close. A nighttime scene where you can see things.
Yeah.
It's a lost art.
And almost like it's not out flat in terms of lighting, like a lot of things nowadays. Oh yeah, sure. Continue to chop down the trees that are alive. That'll surely.
Yep.
It's the fucking trees.
The trees are pissed.
The trees have eyes.
And they have voices, and one of them sounds like Gimli. What's that
I hear
supposed to mean?
voices in my head. They talk to
count to me. They understand. They talk to me.
Mary, what have
the
you
trees
been smoking?
deliver.
Mary, what have you been smoking, and where can I get some?
The trees form an RKO on the ore guy.
Well, that is true.
What was that? What was that you was talking about? Oh, we've got the ring.
Ooh. Yeah! Cannibalism!
Yay, cannibalism!
Woo! Fuck yeah!
Dun dun da da dun. Brum bum ba da dum.
Bum bum bum. Hey!
Are you sure about that?
Hey!
It's the Carl Urban squad. Oh god, they're all stands for The Boys Season 4.
No, that's not what this is. It's worse, Kevin. They're Judge Dredd petitioners.
Why?
The Orkai are not the law. We are the law.
And meanwhile, Batman is like, I am the law.
Legolas, are you sure about that? I thought every sunrise was red.
Yeah.
Legolas, I was under the impression that the sun rose red every morning. Hey, where did the sunrise go?
It's taken a day off. Is this the 4K Blu-ray?
No, this is the original.
Oh, thank God. With how this is graded, it looks like a 4K patch. Off from running and sprinting for 4 days, so give me an excuse to use my axe. That's racist. Nobody lays their hands on my boyfriend.
Nobody makes fun of him except for me. I'm the only one who's allowed to make cracks at his height.
You wouldn't know my father.
Oh.
That's unfortunate.
He's come down with Alzheimer's.
Keeps talking about how Corn Pop was a bad dude.
So, how do we feel about Neil Patrick Harris as the Pool of Dead?
I don't like it.
Well, let me start off by saying this. Let me start off by saying this. It's not his fault, but I think if you really pay attention to the trailer and how he's delivering his lines, he kind of sounds bored.
Yeah, I was gonna say it almost sounds like it sounds like the like it was recorded in one quick session for the trailer, and nothing else has been done for it yet,
yeah.
You know?
I think the problem is
it's
that
giving off the same vibes as Ron Perlman in the Turok reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does feel like Neil Patrick Harris.
We'll give them our spare horses.
It feels like Neil was just brought into the studio, told, say this, improvise that, and do it in a Ryan Reynolds way, but make it sound like you're not trying too hard.
So you want me to sound like I'm not trying at all? Got it.
Yes, because that really is what it sounds like.
It really did sound to me like he was just delivering it as flatly as possible to see if the voice director was even paying attention.
Yeah, like the phone director was probably looking up what was going on Twitter, and to get his attention, Neil would just do flat readings, and then the director would say, yeah, that's good, Neil.
Dear God,
hey,
what the fuck is Elon Musk up to today?
Can you pass me a grape? What's that?
I don't know.
Something's behind me? Oh, I'm ahead on a pike? My bad.
Okay, Alex, I think you should rephrase that question. It's not what is Elon Musk up to today. It's what isn't Elon Musk up to at this very moment.
Ooh.
Oh
this
boy.
This is about to lead into yeah, and that's Vigo screaming because he actually broke his toe on that take. And I think everybody,
You know
that's
what?
one of the most
That's
well-known...
a good fucking take.
Yeah, that's one of the most well-known movie facts of all time, but it's still worth noting.
I love how... I love it when actors are committed to using the pain for the character's emotions.
Yeah.
Like, example, did you know that Mo Howard actually injured himself on a soldering table that fell apart, broke his ribs, but got back up to deliver the bit in character, and then after it was done, passed out and had to go to the hospital?
I believe it.
A lot of people say that you need to treat your actors better when performing stunts, but here's the kind of fucked up thing. The actors breaking bones and blood and sweat and tears, that's kind of what makes movies movies.
Yeah. And some things are more worth it than others.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure if you asked Viggo Mortensen, was it worth going through all of that physical damage in the Lord of the Rings trilogies to get the performance you got? He would probably say yes and no.
And I'd say, hey, like because I've broken a toe before, and I'll say it's very difficult, but this is the Lord of the fucking Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pile of orcs behind us, buddy. Better
Seriously,
detective work than some Batman films.
Yeah. You know, Alex, I genuinely would like to imagine that at some point that at the Urkai we're just gonna toss grapes into each other's mouths.
Maybe they were just pelting the hobbits with grapes the whole time.
The hobbits are like,
Ow, stop that.
would you at least aim for our mouths, for Christ's sake?
That.
This isn't funny anymore. Ow! Oh, and Pippin's like, I think it's funny.
Frozen grapes. If you get hit with a frozen grape from a slingshot, I hear that it hurts worse than getting hit with a rock. Not that they would have access to frozen grapes.
Oh dear. You think this orc was played by Quentin Tarantino?
No, he'd be using a lot more racial slurs.
Hey, what the? Okay, so Mary wasn't on the drugs that day. Ah! Taco Bell's new it was slogan. Yoink! So, which one of you? So, oh no, where? You know, Alex, I have to imagine that if Okami Amaterasu were around here, or she'd be like, I'm gonna go kill somebody, I'm gonna tear out their throats, and then I'm gonna piss on them. Because, oh boy, you do not want to piss off the sun goddess. Was it perhaps when I was on that dank weed? Wait, you smoke yourselves?
It's clear that parts of it has to be CGI, but it's also, like, practical effects, too. It looks so cool.
And yes, John Rhys Davies is doing double for our treant. Or maybe you're not. Yes, the whitest, palest motherfucker in this land will know. There you go. Wait a second, you're far more radiant.
Yeah, because you can see
thousands of miles away.
That's a neat little twist, too. The White Wizard will know. Don't talk to me like I'm a fucking dog. Excuse me.
By the way, Alex, in case you were wondering what Amaterasu looked like,
oh, I've seen the cover art of I've seen the cover art of Okami. Round and round.
Oh, and by the way, this wolf could literally rotate a galaxy using just wind. I wish I was joking. There is no hyperbole in what I just said.
Gollum likes their bones because they're hollow. Perhaps you could use it as bait, or you could just eat the worm whole.
Yeah, because that makes sense. It's bread.
You are a little pest, Gollum, to be fair.
So, Alex, I'm just going to hold Gollum very tightly in one hand. Would you mind queuing up Breakfast at Tiffany's while my hand tightens its grip?
They say we got nothing in common, no common ground to start from, and we're falling apart. And then I said, what about Breakfast at Tiffany's? She said, I think I remember the film.
I swear, we're gonna drive that running gag into the ground.
Well, we'll just add it to the pile.
Keep in mind, we could come up with various creative scenarios where that song's gonna come up. And for the record, yes, I could theoretically choke out Gollum.
What? Well,
with
yeah,
just one hand.
His neck is not very big.
Yeah, and he's not very muscular either, so he can't get me off.
Phrasing.
Not that I would want him to do that either.
I'm sure there's somebody out there who wants that.
And that one prostitute. Oh, that one prostitute. She really liked all of these dead peoples.
Reminds me of the, Marshes of Sorrow, the Swamp of Sorrow from, Neverending Story.
Except we aren't gonna leave behind a hole.
God. I remember... The last time I watched that film, I was surprised at how early that happened into the movie.
Frodo, I know the drugs look tempting, but don't do them!
Come to us. Let me give you sucky sucky. Okay, no. Oh, seriously? Why would you even offer that? Come on! We're supposed to be having him join the ranks of the dead, not getting any
Mr.
pleasure
Frodo should
from
know
it.
better than to take a dip in the river Styx.
Keep in mind that...
Does Gollum have to do CPR on a bitch? I can give mouths to mouths.
Please don't. Shall I pin that onto your Bodhi keister?
Please don't.
No, pin a note onto there.
A note saying please don't?
No, notes that edit don't follow the lights.
Now, when in doubt, don't look for the light.
Mr. Frodo, please stop stroking the ring.
Mr. Frodo, please put the ring away.
I still find it hilarious that Sean Connery rejected this movie.
Mr. Frodo.
He was offered the role of Gandalf.
Gandalf, yeah.
But then he was like, nope. I want to do my own thing. I want to be a big star.
I want to be in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and then never do another movie. Which is a shame because I've seen worse films than that, and other actors have kept acting after that.
Yeah.
Sir Anthony Hopkins was in Transformers 5. That's one of the worst films ever made.
Hobbit knows is our name. Must kill him. Kill him.
And then in his fantasies, you hear his torture theme, which is not Breakfast at Tiffany's, but instead, Headstrong.
Headstrong, a band with a lead singer who is only the second worst person in the world to be named Chris Brown.
Oh no. Oh no. Those things that Hishy insists that as the Eagles could easily defeat. And look at that. They're riding on flying mounts.
Riding on a fucking wyvern. Excuse me?
Yeah, and that's why you can't have the Eagles. They'll take you all the way.
One of several reasons. I know what they should have done. They should have flown the X-Wings to Mordor.
And what would that accomplish?
Pew pew. Pew pew, pew pew.
Pew pew, pew pew.
Orc
You,
blood.
the
mixed with
Eagles
real
are
Canadian
approaching.
maple syrup.
The Eagles are approaching. You may fire when ready. Oh, here we go.
So old that it might as well be dirt. And sorrow, shining finger, sword. I once caught a fish this big.
You're
I
scaring
once
the
caught a fish
trees.
this big. I once caught a fish this big. Well, I caught a salmon. That was this big. Well, I caught a marlin.
Ah, so we have the nightfish to
sir.
blame for the trees speaking to each other.
Like I said, they talk about. Like I said, they talk about how big a fish they once caught.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
The palest son of a bitch to ever walk this earth.
I put a
All right, I
spell
actually-
on you.
I wanna enjoy this.
All right.
Let us enjoy.
Sup, bitches.
10 out of 10. That is the best character reintroduction in a fantasy film. I am Saruman.
Or at
Rather
least
Solomon as he should have been.
I am Zack Snyder's Saruman.
Sir Christopher Lee carrying a
So-
machine gun.
Yeah. That was the best and closest Christopher Lee ever got to playing Gandalf, and I love how they actually didn't just tune their voices together,
So
a la Fusion. They also had both of them stand in place so they can add that
Sort of-
glow effect to make it
yeah.
look like it was Lee.
Yeah, I remember.
So,
but
I
if you
remember
look
reading about that.
so in that one on Lord of the Rings Narnia fanfic I was telling you guys about.
Oh, hello.
So when Gandalf starts to have this little scene here, he has a vision of seeing Aslan before him.
Yes.
And,
And I love this.
and considering how powerful Aslan is in the world of Narnia, it would not surprise anybody that Aslan would be a higher being in the world of Middle Earth. Higher than literally anybody in the
Oh,
books.
wait, here it comes. Gandalf.
Gandalf.
Yes, that is what they used to call me. Gandalf the Grey.
No more white.
That was mine. I am Gandalf the White. I almost made. Yes, that is what
I'm
they
gonna
used
come
to
back
call
to you
me.
now.
Oh, at the turn of the
Turn of the
tide.
tide. Yet
Kevin,
another
Alex,
meme?
I almost made another gay joke. I said when he said that is what they used to call me. I almost said Gandalf the Gay. I am Gandalf the Straight.
I mean, seriously? I puked up at least 4 times. Legolas had to witness the 4th time. Yes, it was not a very comforting sight, as you described, Gimli. Legolas was just patting Gimli on the back to try to help him.
By the way, I forgot to ask. This has been a classic Lord of the Rings debate, but which do you prefer, Gandalf the Grey or Gandalf the White?
Yes.
I actually did used to think white, but I have a bit of a soft spot for Gandalf the Grey because Gandalf the White is essentially. Let's put this in DC power scaling terms. Gandalf the White is essentially Kyle Rayner, whereas Gandalf the Grey is essentially Green Lantern.
So
what you're saying? So what you're saying?
Is it Hal Jordan Green Lantern or John Stewart Green Lantern?
So what you're saying, Bender, is that Gandalf will be screwed over by the writers because the writers don't know what to do with him anymore.
See,
The
Hobbit was the first Lord of the Rings thing I ever read, so I have a soft spot for Gandalf the Grey, but I like both.
Well, it's
of them.
because he's more humble as Gandalf the Grey. He's literally, whereas Gandalf the White, he retains a little bit of his old personality, but it's implied that Gandalf the White is essentially a super-powered being who can do anything. So he's essentially their ace in the hole.
So Gandalf became a White Lantern. Got it.
Pretty much. He's the most broken because the White Wizards in J.R.R. Tolkien's universe are supposed to be the most overpowered wizards of them all, only equal to the Blue Wizards.
So it is just fucking Green Lanterns.
Yes, you can essentially say that J.R.R. Tolkien created / inspired the Lantern colors in DC Comics. Because there's what, Alex? There's the Gray Wizard, which is Gandalf. There's the White Wizard, who's the most powerful of them. There are the twin blue wizard, and then there is Radagast the Brown. And then there's also, I guess, Tom Bombadil. Alex? Alex.
Yo.
I did not know if you just heard what I said.
I did not, no.
Okay, so what I was essentially trying to explain was that how the wizard colors go. There's the White Wizards, which are Gandalf and Saruman.
There's the Gray Wizard, there's two Blue Wizards, and there's a Red Wizard, right?
I don't know if there's a Red Wizard. I know there's a
That's Final Fantasy, never mind. And then, of course, there's Radagast the Brown.
Radagast the Brown. Would you count Tom Bombadil?
Tom Bombadil is not one of the Blue Wizards, and he's also not a wizard. He's something else.
Oh, okay.
I hold the Dario, Tom Bombadil. Bright blue jackets on his boots are yellow.
Old Tom Bombadil.
His merry
boots
fellow.
are yellow. Hello. Okay, so that's also John Rhys Davis as the tree.
Yep.
Dude is pulling double duty. Also, again, I can't say Groot doesn't look too bad in Guardians 1, but in the noticeable Guardian films, the CG on him was not that great. But in this tree looks far better than modern Groot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, in comparison,
I mean, look how he blends with the night colors.
Well, it's the Marvel CGI pipeline, the Disney CGI pipeline, I should say, because it was a Disney issue before it was a Marvel issue.
Yeah, it's ILM.
because the Disney CGI pipeline essentially just overcranks everything because they're constantly in production on something, and they never determine what they want fully before the film is finished.
Yeah.
Unlike
I believe
this,
most
where
of the
to have a plan.
Yeah, most of the Marvel CGI is done by Industrial Light and Magic.
It was also done by the same studio that did Sonic the Hedgehog and The Lion King. But that studio, some of those studios shut down because
and Disney got to walk away.
Everything. Yeah, ILM can't handle everything.
Yeah. Now it's
so they wind up outsourcing.
Yeah, ILM mostly. ILM is because I looked up ILM because so fun fact, ILM is doing not only Marvel movies this year, but they're also doing the new Jurassic World Rebirth movie, and they're also doing James Gunn's Superman. So they're working on multiple films right now.
Man. And Superman just locked
and
yesterday.
ILM has worked with James Gunn. And ILM has worked with Jimmy Pew Pew in the past on his movies, so it's not like he just pulled them out of nowhere. They do have a working relationship.
Although considering they're a wholly owned subsidiary of Disney at this point, I'm surprised that Disney let them get used on something else.
Me too. You let that useless bag of bones go with him? What do you mean? He's quite useful. He knows how to cook. He's good at killing orcs with a frying pan. And he recently learned strangle a bitch no jutsu. Then he has a chance.
Yes, he has a chance.
Oh, and this part in the riff tracks is where I got the whole whoever sings "Oh We-Oh" cleans toilets for a year.
Oh, we blow, we blow. Oh, we
All right,
blow,
that's it.
we blow.
And which one of you schmucks started singing?
It was Jerry.
He did it.
Boss.
It was
Jerry,
one of them
boss.
orbits. It was one of them stinking orbits.
All right, all of you are gonna clean toilets for a year.
But it was all of you who decided to sing along with him.
Ah, shit.
I gotta show you guys some of the riff track of Lord of Two Towers.
The trolls look so good.
Yeah, because they
And
blend so well with the environment.
And it was only it was only a couple of years later, and the Harry Potter trolls looked terrible.
I heard we're getting a reboot.
yeah,
of
no,
Harry
well,
Potter.
again,
not
as
the one
any
in the
visual
first one
effect-
entirely, but you know.
As any visual effects artist will tell you, the key to making good CG visual effects is lighting. Whatever is on screen that is created in a computer, it has to match the lighting that's going on. If it doesn't, then it's just going to be very flat, and it's going to stand out, and not in a good way. Again, Marvel, for the love of God, start doing that again. No, your CG is just getting more and more noticeable.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you guys remember how Iron Man was shot with on-set references so that you could match things? Even the Suicide Squad got that right.
Well, that too. Well, even then, it's like Iron Man 1.
First one.
Most of the armors were actually real.
I'm just
That's
saying,
what helped.
for
You
the
couldn't
stuff
tell back then what was CG and what wasn't.
Yeah. Well, that film also had like 2 years to work on.
All we see is just a
pre-
rock.
From pre-production.
Yeah,
to
it was just
theaters.
a rock. You know what? Let's just go back in the line.
And I think there was only.
Oh,
there was
but I don't want to
really
go.
only-
I was hoping we get to kill somebody.
Yeah, no, we're not getting that.
Damn it!
And there was really only one major change that was made to the film. Aside from, like, everything else was stuff that was...
It was the end.
They didn't have to reshoot, like, half the film. They like, edited some stuff out, and then, like, one sequence was changed. But they didn't...
The ending was completely changed in Iron Man 1.
Yeah, but that was footage that they'd already shot. That wasn't footage that they had to go back and redo. They cut stuff out and shuffled some stuff around.
I guess if I had to say which CGI effect is better, I would say Gollum in The Hobbit 1 looks better than this one because technology advanced and there was more detail to him.
Oh, yeah. No, I believe he's just very, very stupid.
I mean, nobody said Gollum was intelligent.
Secret tunnel, secret tunnel, secret tunnel, secret tunnel.
Oh my god, I just now realized this looks better than... I think this looks better than Terminator 3, even though Terminator 3 kind of ages and fine in some areas, but it's mostly dated in others.
Well, we'll be finding that out next week.
Oh boy.
Yes, we will.
And guess what I've got?
What have you got?
I have the DVD with Terminator Salvation, the Machinima series on it.
Yeah.
Yay, something I don't wish to interact with.
I'm having technical difficulties. That is why.
I can hear. Connection issues?
Connection issues? What are those?
A little bit. A little bit, yeah.
Alright, are we clear now? Oh, yeah, I guess this is what happens when I leave the room. My
Wi-Fi is cracking out. So there we go. Okay, there we go. That's better.
Yeah, I was about to say, we're saving the Summerfest talk for, I'm guessing, Monday, I'm guessing. Yeah. Damn. You're both short. Oh, looks like he's gonna lose a leg.
Yep.
And everything else.
He's gonna lose your whole body in a tree.
So this is how the hobbits die, being crushed by trees.
Yep.
I mean, I've heard of getting wood, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah, Oh, right. Wait. Oh, wait. No, no, right.
Go the fuck to sleep.
Thanks, Tree Man. Mother Nature is pissed.
Which is unfortunate.
No more women. No more women trees, huh?
Nope. It's really been that long.
This is another one of... Hell, they're all good songs in this, but I love this one. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Which one? Which one? I've lost track. Point. I've had too many wives and too many sons, and I feel like I gotta saw my own arm off because of how many times I've watched Bridezilla. What is Bridezilla? You don't want to know that. Yep, Hanson is dead. Which one? The one who became ugly. He was one who turned out. One who thought he was a woman but turned out ugly. I mean, which one? There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Ah, Chucky, go away.
Is them Chucky the mouse or Chucky the doll?
The doll. Grima's actor here is the voice
Brad
of
Dourif.
Chucky. Yeah, Brad Dourif.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Chuck.
It's
Metal
actually
Gear.
quite impressive how many American actors are in this movie, and otherwise non-English actors doing otherwise flawless, or at the very least indistinguishable from the actual English accents.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's fucking way worse.
You'd be surprised where actors are, and I guess people are in.
Oh, I mean, I kind of... No, I get that it's possible. I'm just saying, like, there's so many movies where they don't do this.
You don't want to hear...
They just have
you don't want to hear
random Americans and Australians and Welshmen and Irishmen and Scots and Brits all using like their native accents, and they're all supposed to be from the same fucking city or family or town or whatever.
Don't get me started on the hard Africans.
And Alex, you don't want to hear what's the first slide I think of when I think of Brad Dourif as Chucky. I'll give you a hint. It's from Child's Play 2.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Chuck.
It's a line that has been quoted by Doug and Fela as during their review of that series. They only reviewed up to the third film.
That's where they stop being good. The first 3 Child's Play movies are like a perfect horror trilogy, I'd say. It's one of the few. Because each installment gets better, and then it ends with some really cool shit. And then they had to keep going, and going, and going, and then they had a terrible TV show. And then they had a terrible reboot. And then they had
Mark Hamill.
Yeah, terrible reboot with Mark Hamill, and a bunch of changes to the story.
That made no sense.
Apparently there's supposed to be a cartoon coming, but I'm not sure if that's still coming or not.
I mean, seriously, have you seen the cheeriest graveyards I've been to? They're like parties. Like, seriously, you'll hear them go, oversized, 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 novelty, 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 coy. No one's going to get that.
That one guy's helmet is way too fucking big for his head.
I'll be wanting it back. Oh.
Part an old man
from his walking stick. Okay. Very well then. Sucker.
I love how he takes Legolas's arm like he actually needs it.
Well, Gandalf the Gay is here.
Great. Damn it, Kevin! You stole my joke.
I am Dick Dastardly, and I have a dog named Muttley.
Yeah, clearly.
Do not take me for a conjurer of cheap tricks, Charles Lee Ray.
How did you know my alias?
I've seen all of the good ones and all of the bad ones, too.
God damn it!
Oh.
Like how our heroes are not even armed and they're just beating up all the guards.
I told you to take his stuff.
There's another one of the memes out in the wild.
Funnily enough, Party Crashers had used that meme. Oh God! Don't flash me! Oh!
Flash! Oh!
Man,
Say
he's
it
great.
us.
Now. Wait a moment. Let him cook.
Bullshit.
Be gone, thought.
If she breathes, Gandalf, she is a thought. Oh.
Wow.
And he's bleeding from his eyes after that.
You think we'll get to see an epic showdown of the White Wizards?
Not in the books.
Not in the
guys.
theatrical cut.
Damn it.
Like I said, especially not in the books.
Oh, look at this transition. Look at this.
The way the cloud fades from his eyes.
I had to do this in one take. Because Theoden's actor did not want to wear the prosthetics.
No, that makeup would have, I can imagine that makeup would not have been very pleasant to wear.
No, so they had to do all of that in one take.
One of the best uses of a dissolve technique I've ever seen, too.
Probably the last time we would ever see a dissolve technique.
It's been, quite a while since they used stuff like that in Hollywood. Just a lock-on shot and a transition between makeup and not makeup.
Your fingers would remember their own strength better. They grasped your soul. I love this song. Yeah. This is an awesome scene, but I gotta say it, I never liked his sword.
It is a weird-looking sword.
There's no guard.
Yeah, there is. It's just kind of lame.
Well, it's not good guards. There are not good guards on that sword. And stay out. I actually did do that, sir. Oh, I'm gonna kill you. Toss him in the dungeon.
Toss him in.
Okay, never mind. I changed my mind. Kill him. Legolas, take the shot.
No, toss him in the dungeon where her torture shall be inflicted via audio. Oh, what? Are you going to play? Are you going to play Breakfast at Tiffany's again?
No.
Oh no, I've thought of
it will
worse.
be a 24/7 loop of Darude Sandstorm.
Well, I like that song, so joke's
God
on
damn it.
you. No, I've got a better idea. Three's Company. No!
I've got a better idea. We play the Sonic X theme song on
Which
loop.
one?
The English one.
That's too catchy. I have to play the Sonic Underground theme.
Why not play the
You need a
ball?
valid.
Oh yeah.
No! And unfortunately, we have to bury our dead.
They were dead?
Yes.
Yeah, the
Or
the riders who died in the last battle, yeah.
Aw.
I remember when some people criticized it when Zack Snyder had a couple of women singing in a foreign language after Aquaman left.
I will say that wasn't entirely necessary, but it didn't detract from the movie, so
No. And if anything, we didn't see as much jank.
This is the five frame a second horses.
Somebody else did it. Somebody else.
Who looks and sounds just like me. You want to go kill him?
Oh, fuck yeah, I do. Then Theoden and Gandalf just go riding around on a big old motorcycle, all shooting up orcs.
We're bad to the rings. Bad to the rings.
I know this is supposed to be an emotional scene, but still.
Rest in peace.
Indeed. Oh. Oh, thank God. Civilization at last.
Get them some soup.
And get him a sandwich.
Oh, sweetheart. I don't know how to tell you this, but your mama is dead.
She's not. Yeah.
I shouldn't have to be impressed when I see closes, medium closes, etc. matching up with the master shot.
Yeah.
But I am. Because there's so much garbage these days with so much bad editing.
It's the little things, you know?
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you're leaving us?
Darn.
I'm leaving you to get help.
Why couldn't
Nay.
you summon help? Nay.
Do I look like a summoner?
Yes, actually.
Well, you're wrong.
I summon Ifrit.
In attack
I
mode.
summon Bahamut. I summon
In defense
Valinor.
mode.
I summon Shiva.
I summon the Dark Magician in attack mode.
Wait a minute, that's not one of the Final Fantasy summons. You are not an Eidolon, and you are a magician.
Yes, I'm a magician, but I was a descendant of an Egyptian servant. That doesn't change anything! My apprentice is also a magician, if that helps.
Aw. Like, you can even see that in the horse's face there. Or is like he's the amount of meaning that a person can interpret from an animal just glancing downwards there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Was I supposed to walk here?
Yes. Sure about that?
Yep.
And there's our first sign that Eowyn is not as delicate as she appears.
Good form there. And a lot of
Yes.
people apparently misinterpreted this as a more than one-sided romantic thing. But no, Eowyn is the one who has the interest. Aragorn's is purely professional.
Yep.
Also, he's like twice her age.
He's probably more like 3 times her age.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because he's 85 here.
Yeah,
I think.
and
He'll
she's
he'll say exactly later on. She looks like she's 30 at most.
Oh. Because males age differently. Humans age differently in the Tolkien's universe.
Well, humans do, but Aragorn specifically has the what you call it? And he has the what's it called? Numenor, the blood of Numenor in him. And the Numenorians age slower than regular humans do. Excuse me.
Lethargic. To the point where many of them will be tripping all over themselves.
Interacting with the water and the rocks.
I'll be right back.
Sure.
Spoilers, he doesn't. Okay.
All right. First sign of trouble, I'm killing him.
Okay.
Yeah, he's lost it.
Little bit. Little bit.
If he goes to the logical extreme, that ring is not going to be around his neck.
No.
It's going to be a little bit lower. It kind of reminds me of that one bit from an old video by Impulse Cody where when he was summarizing the masks from Majora's Mask, he decides, I wonder what'll happen if I put the Giant's mask down there. I'd be like, no, don't do that.
I'm not listening to my own voice.
I love I love how the expressions between the two personalities.
Yeah, you can tell.
Now, you just have to wonder, is Gollum going to win the argument?
No. I don't think so.
I remember Jimmy Neutron tried to parody
Stupid fucking
this
game.
with Hugh Neutron at one point when he was trying to be in Jimmy's quote unquote movie.
Okay.
That was weird.
I don't remember that, but it's been a long time since I watched Jimmy Neutron.
Alex, it was a scheme by Professor Calamitous, who doesn't finish anything. And never come back. Leave now and never come back.
Smeagol won the argument.
And now it's just Smeagol.
Yeah. He actually did it.
We're trying to fucking sleep over here. Shut up!
Oh my.
Thank you. He killed Bugs Bunny and Lola Bunny, so that's nice.
Yeah, what's up, Doc?
Oh, jeez. Look, man,
God
it was a
damn it.
stressful thought.
You're gonna make me sick. Biting into fucking raw rabbit meat.
You didn't even cook it.
See, at least Sam has the right idea.
Well, yeah, because, Sam is a chef. Also, I'm pretty sure eating raw rabbit uncooked is going to cause internal sickness.
Look at him. Of course it fucking does.
You know, the funny thing is that when Gus was out, even in the 2016 Berserk series, Guts actually had the foresight to cook the rabbit that he ended up killing.
Yeah. Did you know that you can actually starve eating rabbit meat?
Oh, and also one other thing that I forgot to comment with the riff track. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em with a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em with a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em with a stew.
Because I've heard of a number of times where people were only ever able to find rabbits to eat, and because rabbits are a very lean, oily meat with not a lot of calories in them, you can literally starve with a belly full of rabbit meat because it takes more calories to digest than it does to than it actually gives you.
So I was hearing this one.
Ooga chaka, ooga chaka.
Okay, who is saying that? We already got in trouble for singing "Oh Wee Oh." Like, seriously. Whoever's the retard that's singing is cleaning toilets for 2 years.
His name is Smeagol.
None of you are named Smeagol.
No.
Oh. Go? No, seriously, get away.
Fucking Mooma kills. Giant fucking war elephants with 4 tusks.
Giant elephants. Oh, where are you going? Ma. Ow! Ah! Ah! Oh! Wow! Hey, I know him.
It's Boromir's brother.
Faramir.
The one who wasn't so long ago. Yes,
We gotta go. We gotta go. Gotta go right now. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go right now.
But it's so fucking cool.
God dang it.
Ow.
Well, that's rude. That's more rude.
That's
Maybe
not
ask
Stephen.
us who
That's
we
not
are.
a good Stephen King series. It was a good Stephen King book, but he did end it very poorly.
Did you know that Stephen King tried to have that one infamous scene from the It novel adapted in both?
Yes, I remember. I remember that he tried to insist to both the people who made the television movie and Andy Muschietti, who did the two.
And I'm betting everybody. And I'm betting everybody was like, "Yeah, no, we're not doing that."
How the hell am I supposed to do that? Actually, you know what? Let's get Trey Parker and Matt Stone in here and have them do it with their puppets from Team America. Assuming that they haven't burned them yet.
Yeah. Bind their hands, bind their
with
legs,
the same music.
And what we don't see is
All right,
Aim for
that's
the
the end of chapter 1.
I forgot that was where this section of the movie ended. Yeah, that's been the Two Towers Part 1.
Join us next time for Part 2, where Frodo and Sam are carried around like they're turkeys.
Yes.
Yep.
Join us next week for Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines, including. And I've since learned that the scene that I thought was in T2 is actually in T3. So we'll be watching the deleted scenes from T3 because that scene is fucking insane.
And tomorrow we will be back with more Invincible.
Yes. So until next time, it's been a ride.